Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to Olaxis. Welcome back to space. It's another episode of Burn Bryte After Midnight. It is now episode 5 of our 12-part series. Look at me looking at that calendar. So welcome everybody. We are almost at the halfway point of our adventure. So like I said, we are playing through After Midnight, which is the second ever full-length module published for Burn Bryte, which is an awesome science fantasy game exclusively made for Roll20. I am joined by some amazing folks tonight telling a story. Gnome will be joining us in just a little bit, but we can go ahead and meet the rest of our cast for now. So, Nassim, let's start with you. Who are you?
Ooh, I'm Nassim. Hey,
my
friends.
cat.
And I'm playing your horde of insects, Rornan, Vamfam, ready to fight some robos.
Yes. And Lisa, who are you?
I am Lisa Penrose. I am playing your mysterious Ciela Gloss, or is she? And I don't know if there's anything I can do to help in a space fight, so we'll figure it out.
It's gonna be good. And Eugenio.
Hey everybody, I'm Eugenio. You might know me as DM Jazzy Hands, and tonight I'm playing Atash Telenast, our very good slug friend, currently in the body of an Olrin, and they are sure they can't do anything to help in a space fight, but they're gonna do it anyway.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! And my name is Celeste Konowich. I am going to be your game master for this evening. Before we get into the recap of what happened last time, I want to remind you, as always, that all proceeds donated to this stream go to Code 2040, which is an awesome organization that helps give Hispanic and Black creators a leg up in the tech industry. So great organization. You can donate at any point during this stream, and if we hit that $100 mark, we will be raffling off a copy of this wonderful adventure that you can play with your friends. So donate. Good causes, good fun. It's all good. And with that, let's talk about what happened last time on Burn Bryte.
We got an Eldritchin.
The main thing.
That's the highlight. We can make eclairs and hard-boiled eggs.
Yay!
And ramen, mystery ramen.
And mystery ramen, yes.
Yes, but where did our adventure start? At the very beginning.
It started at the club.
The club.
The heckling
The comedy
hackler.
club.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
the heckling hackers. After Vamfam received their mysterious gift, that orb stone that seemed to have a hollow but glowing center and had a faint whisper of, I don't even know, a cry or a scream or a hum of something.
It's like a musical note, like singing.
Note. Oh, okay. But you said it was kind of sad, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. It was a very forlorn kind of a couple bars of a song.
Right. And so we very non-discreetly showed it to everyone and asked them if they knew what it was before finding out from Celia Gloss that it seems like a very ancient and rare thing that I should keep quiet and hidden away. So we absorbed it into our person, and that's where it's living right now.
You have a cute pot belly.
You do.
Yeah. I liked the little
Right.
van bod we got going now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
then you got the Eldritch and you kind of salvaged some parts from the scrapyard. You also got something else for Wanda in terms of upgrade. What was that?
Oh yeah, like a shield.
Mm-hmm. You got another shield.
But the Eldritchin,
But the
though.
Eldritchin.
It was a deal.
it was
Yeah.
just some shield.
It was a steal. You want to remind people what the Eldritchin does?
It makes an assortment of very specific foods because we got it on discount.
Yep.
And if someone eats one of the foods, then we have it helps with our social checks with them.
Yeah. So you bribe
It
people.
reduces the complexity by 1.
Yeah. You can bribe people now with food. Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah.
I think that's how we should go about this space fight. I don't know.
You know, it's a plan. And then what happened? Speaking of dinner and food.
Oh, right. We went and had dinner with Denier, the Zavoy that we rescued from from our very good chaos friends on that planet over there. So we went to have dinner and sort of get caught up about. Denier was supposed to be checking out leads about the robot army that attacked their ship. And we found out some things about them. The most important of which was that Denier had managed to plant a tracker, and so we knew where they were. And both Denier and I think the ARC also want us to go check out what's going on, because somebody with a lot of money sent that ship.
Yep, and stole a lot of plasma, which is
Right.
a highly magical resource that can be used in a lot of dangerous ways. So yes, Denier and the ARC were super duper concerned about that and have sent you to investigate. So they sent you off to the moon of Yalbis 5, and then what?
To Erva Port.
Yes, Erva Port on the moon Yalbis 5. Do you remember anything that you heard about Yalbis?
Oh yeah, it's like a sort of like just very suburban, like upper middle class, but like nothing special about it. Why? Like it's weird that a bunch of robots would go there with a bunch of plasma, and even weirder that it would be unnoticed.
Yeah. Especially because the planet is under the protection of the Senshell Guild, which is one of the 5 overguilds who kind of control all the resources in Olaxis. So this planet, which is, it's a heart world, so right at the center of Olaxis, full up on security, and apparently all these robots are somehow getting in and out with huge amounts of plasma. So it's quite the mystery we have on our hands. So you all had approached Yalbis 5, and you remember the last thing that happened?
Yeah, we got a communication from them saying, "Hey, welcome. We're so happy you're here. We've been waiting. Come on down."
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, except
Right?
not at all.
No, I'm sure that's what I remember.
I'm sure
That's how I remember it too.
That's how
I took
remember
notes.
We landed safely and soundly.
Yeah. Gotcha. Welcome. It's Burn Bryte, episode 5. The last thing you had heard as you are cruising in Wanda after a few days of heading in towards the Heart Worlds, you had gotten a message. You had sent it through here, and this robotic voice had come up over the screen. Oh my gosh, I think just in time, Gnome was about to join us. Get in here, Gnome. Get in here. Well, I'll shuffle around the cameras. It'll be fun.
Yay.
Gonna be great.
Yay, we can see Gnome. Welcome.
Woo!
You may be muted, Gnome.
I'll do it again.
Oh, okay.
Hi, can I play some Burn Bryte, please?
Yes, you can
Please?
play. They
Okay,
need
let's go.
your help. No, real quick, why don't you tell the people who you are since they missed you? Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hey.
Stranger?
So, I'm Gnome. I'm playing Little Voice 11. I'm a giant space mecha.
Yay! Just
that's it.
in
Let's go.
time for the
I
trouble.
heard space battles.
Thank goodness our gun is here.
Our gun. Yeah,
Yes.
I was very concerned. Yes. So as you had approached the moon of Yalbis 5, you had heard a message come over the Wanda's systems here, and the message had said, "Turn back now, travelers. We know you come from Scylla, and we know what." That the ARC placed on one of our soldiers. You will be destroyed.
Oh.
And with that, you had looked at this front kind of view screen here, and approaching you from the planet had been these 2 ships that you would recognize. They're called breachers. And these breachers, they're very large ships that have this like mean hook at the front of the ships, and the whole purpose of the breachers, as you might guess from their name, is to tear holes inside of other vessels and send boarding parties on board. So,
Hey,
2 of
Celeste.
these, yeah.
Do you have a handout where you could see what a breacher looks like?
Yes, I do. Are we ready to go to the gameplay screen? Let's do it. And we're
No.
go. Wow, we're here.
Transition,
Oh my gosh. Wow, we made it. Oh no, now Gnome's gone. Hang on.
Oh no!
Oh, we almost all.
Oh,
made
we
it.
almost all made it.
No!
There
Oh,
we
we
go.
lost.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, there we
my
go.
God.
Oh,
Tragedy. Yay!
There we go. Hi,
Okay, we're all
that was a
good
trip.
now. Yes, I do, in fact, have a handout that I can show you. Welcome, everybody, to the gameplay screen. Here, let's take a look at this this super sweet little handout here. Not the quick start rules. Oh my gosh, handout. Wait, where are they? There we are. Ooh. Show to everyone. Look at this bad boy.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yes.
it looks pointy.
Yeah.
So, you see two of these ships that are currently coming at you here, and this pincer mechanism on the front, it is a amalgamation of both like steel and then laser pointed at the very end for easy cutting through anything, any material. So that sweet thing, flanking you from both sides. So we can take a look here on the ship screen. You can see that there's a breacher right over here and a breacher over here. So in your starboard far zone and your port far zone here. So you all have just received this message. What are you doing in this moment? These ships do look very menacing as they're coming towards you, but we're not quite in initiative yet. I think you all have like a bit of time to react here. So what's the plan, gang?
They look very pointy. Is that bad?
Well, I don't think it's good.
Those breachers seem to be twice the size of the ship itself. Perhaps they're overcompensating and talking a big game.
Something tells me Wanda won't love us taking that chance.
Yeah, Wanda comes over the intercom system. She's like, I am not having one of those pierce my outer hole. Thank you very much.
Should we shoot it? I don't. This is my first space battle.
Perhaps we should attempt a communication with these breachers. How is it they seem to know where we come from and our motivations?
Well, they did say that Denier did say, I think, that there was a chance that they would be able to track the tracker. It may be that they expected someone to show up.
You hear another message plays over because Wanda hasn't, closed the channel yet.
Moved.
It says, "Retreat now, or you will be eliminated."
Ciela is by the big gun, just like pointing at buttons and being like, "Does this do something?" Not about this gun.
All right, so it sounds to me like we're about to head into some initiative here.
I mean, unless we want to hide from them, but the thing is, they saw us as soon as we approached, right? Or they caught sight, we didn't really get very far.
You can see them, and they can definitely see you at this point,
Yeah.
as they are coming in on both sides of you. So basically, any action you take that isn't running immediately away is going to pretty much invoke the wrath of these ships.
Cool.
Dang it.
Neat.
What if I try to use my celebrity and say, "Oh no, I'm just here on tour having a meet and greet with some family, I've gotten letters from lots of your residents."
So are you saying this like over the intercom message system?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, let's try it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, heck yeah.
Okay, all right. What kind of skill are you using to persuade these robots that this is really why you're here?
Baby.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and roll it. I'm gonna say this is gonna be pretty hard since it's a clear lie. So complexity 4. Since they have information about like why you're here and like kind of a mission. So let's see what happens. Okay. All right. So you are like talking over the intercom. And so you're saying, "Oh, I'm just here meet and greet purpose."
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. What is this? What is? I didn't know you were here.
So there's like a moment of silence where you hear that somebody is like holding down the button. And then a voice says, "I am not aware of who you are. Please state your credentials."
How dare.
You can check my social blade and see my my rising followers. Here is the username I use. You can follow the hashtag VAM family. See how many followers it has, subscribers.
And there's another like pause sound as the button is being held down. I see. You do have a substantial number of followers via our CompleNet search. You shall be allowed to board our ships, and we shall escort you to the planet. The rest of you must leave.
Oh.
Yep, there it is.
Okay.
These are my crew members. They facilitate my stay, my business plans. My manager is here. My publicist. They help me communicate and stay with it. They manage my business expenses. We travel together.
This is an unacceptable response. One of our ships will be boarding. You may get on board. Please stand by for boarding. And you see this ship starts to move in here.
Well,
into your near zone.
I mean, on the
I
one
tried.
hand, you did. On the one hand, I mean, I think if you're able to board them, that means they aren't stabbing us with that terrifying ship end.
Yeah.
I think Wanda prefers these.
Wanda is making a sound.
Or
I
How
suppose
shall
we
the
should.
rest of you join me?
We are going to have some guests. Let's make some food.
All right. So are you letting one of these ships board Wanda? Link up and board Wanda? Okay.
Yeah, yep.
All right. So as this one of the ships is going to move here to the aft near zone, so it goes around the ship to where your docking bay actually is. And then, Wanda's like, they're asking for a clearance code. Should I just send it?
Yes, and then promptly change it once they have they have left our docking station.
All right. And she does. And you all feel this like kind of thunk, like as the ship, sort of bounces because this other ship has landed exactly behind it. And, the docking bays are opening down and the big tube is expanding. So whoever is on board this ship can just walk onto yours.
Vam, I don't know if anyone's going to get aboard from their end or if they're just going to expect you to go, but if they come aboard, do we think we could lure them into the cryo chamber?
We shall try our best. Keep the
Great.
cryo chamber open, and let's start cooking something in that eldritchen. Get something ready to go.
Fantastic.
Would we consider, while they are distracted boarding here, and we are entertaining them, that we take over their vessel and
Yes.
temporarily acquire it for safety, of course.
Yes. Oh, well, they've
Just moving
arrived.
some stuff around. Yeah.
Fine. Hi.
You
Mindy.
you start to hear scuttling sounds coming from the back of the ship as iron bodies start to board Wanda.
What type of ramen do robots like?
No
Is-
kind.
The oily
Is this the
kind.
beginning of a joke? I don't know.
Well, I have some cups of noodles. They all look different, so.
So, are you all moving back to the ship to greet your guests?
I have a tray of ramen.
Sure.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Can
But
I,
Vam,
stand?
Vam wants to say before anyone enters our ship, that we could potentially hide Celia Gloss within us as we enter their ship. To
Oh, I am
see her.
tiny.
Yeah.
We've
True.
established this. Wait, and okay. if we could get Little Voice invited as well, someone can hide in Little Voice.
Oh, right.
Okay. All right. I'll be inside some bugs.
Okay. And for
But
the
like
moment,
I'm holding the ramen out of you.
that's horrifying.
Yeah, I bet you are
I'm sort
so
of hiding
comfortable.
the most comfortable. I'm sort of hiding in a corner of the cryo chamber for now.
Okay. All right. So currently Atash is hiding, and I guess Ciela Gloss and Vam are one unit at this
We are
moment.
one.
All right, and then Little Voice, are you also heading back towards the back of the ship here?
I don't. Where do you guys want me to go? Like, I'm big. I wonder if I could like blend in, like shift my shape a bit and blend in to look like. It feels so beneath Peacecraft, but like furniture.
Oh no.
Look like
I'm
the
a
most
table.
uncomfortable. Right?
Yeah.
You're a trash
Just grabs a
compactor.
lamp hat.
Sorry.
and-
Yes.
like right by
don't
the
know.
door, and
Yes.
then to
Trying-
maybe sneak to their ship.
Yes.
Oh, then maybe I should be inside of
Do you
your
wanna-
compartment rather than inside the cryo chamber.
You're more than welcome to hop in.
If that's all right, then I'm going to do that. Yes.
I like this
Yes.
this
I
team
love
building we're doing.
I
here,
know, I
literally.
love
it.
Yeah.
Nothing can go wrong.
This
at
is fine
all.
and perfect. All right.
The only game that you can have like a Russian doll scenario.
All right. So
Wait, yeah, because you're Atash, right?
I'm currently in Oppo's body.
Oh, you're an Oppo's body. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That is wow.
so a
that's
crystal
great.
person still fitting inside your mech
Yeah.
suit. That's fine.
Perfect.
No, it's fine.
Well, it's normal.
This is fine, but with a lampshade, so you're hiding.
But with a
for the moment.
lampshade.
Okay.
Yes, just with the lampshade.
All right.
Mhm.
So as Vam / Ciela move towards the back here, you see that boarding from this breacher here is one very large robot that has lots of kind of a circular body and then these folding limbs that it's using to walk. You do also see that like laser cannons are mounted on both shoulders of this thing. So this is clearly a combat robot.
No.
Let me see. There you go. The one here is very cute and holding scissors, but this is not what it looks like. This is
Wait a
clearly a
minute.
very cute barber.
That's a barber.
Say, I could use a little like fade.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
that'd
he's not
be
holding
great,
scissors.
please.
The one on your ship has guns.
I
So
beg to
imagine
differ.
this,
That
but less
icon looks like
cute.
it's got scissors.
How
wow.
tall are they?
So the standard robot stands about like 4 or 5 feet, and it can get up to a bigger height, so about the size of like a person. And then flanking around it, there are 3 of these much smaller robots that are kind of the size of like cats, and they kind of swarm out around this standard robot here that levels its gun directly at you, Vam / Ciela, and says, "I am authorized to bring you aboard my vessel. Please climb on board immediately."
Happy to. But first, perhaps I can help you relax for the journey ahead, and thank you for escorting us to your planet by offering you some libations.
That is not necessary. Please climb on board.
Should we just dump the ramen on top
You
of
have,
it?
but you have to take your favorite lamp with you. It goes everywhere
It
you
goes
go.
everywhere you go.
It's for for your
This is
for
my
your social
emotional
media
support
pictures.
lamp.
I don't know if that's
Forgive me,
better
I
or worse
must-
than what I was thinking.
must
so-
carry this high-tech piece of lighting equipment as it films every one of my videos.
We are not
And-
authorized to bring any other equipment. Please climb on board the vessel. And the robots kind of part to the side to make a passageway for you to
look
go
at that.
through. And yeah, this robot is still holding their laser. You're not sure if it's like menacing or it just constantly has the gun like pointed forward in a very aggressive sort of gesture.
I assure you, I do not mean to harm you in any way. That weapon is not necessary.
Please board the vessel.
All right. All right.
All right. We are going to walk very slowly towards the vessel, giving you guys lots of time to try and sneak on behind us.
Oh.
There is
11 for a
basically
robot.
zero
This
chance
lamp is
of you sneaking.
So,
You made
your boy,
your boy.
your tall boy,
All right,
your
yes.
tall super boy,
Yep.
with a crystal and a slug inside his body.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure could survive space for a little bit. It's a thing that I took.
Yeah.
So if we can't sneak on through the door as they're in the
Oh.
boarding bridge, we'll just like Homer Simpson in out a vent and attach onto the ship for a little bit and find our own way in.
Okay.
Does
Are
Sailor
they
Gloss
going
need a
to-
ride too?
I'm inside a bunch of bugs.
Oh yeah, you're in the
I
box.
am-
But
So yes.
will Wanda be okay? Can Wanda just kind of steer
So
herself away?
Wanda, so MIs can perform very basic functions of a ship.
Okay.
So like she can, fly through space on a directed course, or she could like circle around the planet, or wait somewhere, and
Okay.
do some message relays. I will say though that leaving a ship derelict in space, especially in a place as populated as the Heart World, may not go well.
Plus, she will absolutely kill us.
Between the officers of the overguilds who are constantly coming by, between just general traffic, between also like a planet seeing an abandoned ship like just floating out here, it'd be a risk.
As much fun as this has been, I think we have to kill them.
Fine. I mean, they're here on our ship. At least we would take all the operators of one of those ships out.
Right.
So
True, and we could board the sheep after.
mhm.
It is still
Um,
connected to your ship.
Right.
We are walking very slowly right now, so we are not
Where
on
are
board
we-
yet.
Where are we, little voice?
Well, we were by the docking station, so if this is like what
Okay,
we're doing, if
great.
we're like making like eyes, right?
Oh, yeah.
With fan.
There's like,
this
LEDs
isn't
coming
work,
out
like,
of
abort.
the lampshade.
Yeah, for sure. Like you could just see like his slits. Like that's the only thing that's illuminating from the shade, and they like kind of like flicker like to the one side, like indicating maybe where there was a place for another gun turret. Like there, yeah. Like I'm gonna go there. You board, go there. Prep for the other ship that's inevitably going to pew us.
What do you mean?
Well, they don't know what's going on, right?
We
Yeah.
don't know that they don't know.
True.
They're robots. They could have some sort of like
Oh, you're right.
automatic
They could
like
have the
"Oop,
internet."
it's deactivated.
They could
The
have
internet.
walkie-talkies.
They're gonna have Bluetooth.
Right?
They have Bluetooth.
They just had
Falcon
walkie-talkies.
2.
Amazing.
Over. All right. So,
Well,
mhm.
then as we are walking down and we're realizing our slim chances of this working, one of a little group of bugs is going to whisper to you, Ciela Gloss, we must make our move and take out these robots. Leap out, take the opportunity attack. They don't expect it. And I
Okay.
will make a move as well. So the second you leap out, I'm going to take an attack as well.
All right, I'm covered in bugs. I'm prepared to be not covered in bugs. And I want to, while we're like walking between them, I want to try to leap on top of the big robot
Very
and
cool.
just start clawing him.
Yes.
Very cool. All right. So I think we are officially in combat from the sounds of this. So I am going to definitely go ahead and I'm actually going to roll to see if my robots even figure out what's happening before it actually
Robot.
happens here. So,
And,
let's see.
Eugenio, do you want to jump out? Like surprise sneak attack as I'm heading towards the turret station?
I'm all about that life. Yes, all of the jump sneak attacks. Yes.
Okay. The robots have absolutely no idea what you're doing. They think
Amazing.
this is just great
We're
time.
so
One of them have like a little
convincing.
autograph paper for
Yeah,
filling
like
out.
ready for you to sign. They're like, we
In their
made you a
scissors.
special
I'm sorry, I
chair.
meant gun.
And it's like, okay. So in this moment, you all can sort of. It sounds like Ciela Gloss is going to be going first, and then Vam is going to do something, and then Little Voice and Atash.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So we are going to do a surprise round, which basically works the same way as normal combat, as if the first phase didn't happen, where I was declaring my actions, and the third phase doesn't happen, where my enemies react. So it's like we're just doing a phase 2, and then we're going to officially go into the other combat here. So with that, Ciela Gloss, what are you doing exactly? So you want to leap onto this individual?
Yeah. And I use my fuzzy hands to do not cute, but very menacing static paws. Magical static paws. on them.
Static paws.
Magical static paws.
Excellent.
What did that do?
Hey, all right. So since this is the first round for you, your first action you are taking, this is going to be complexity 2. And I will say,
I was gonna say power
yeah, I think
or melee.
I think either of those work. Since
They're
you
the
are,
same.
yeah, kind of using the fuzz to, with your
Yeah.
magic to enhance.
Meow.
Okay.
Meow.
So
Yeah,
which
we did
robot
it.
are you jumping?
I was jumping on the big run, and I
Okay.
want to be like on top of the robot.
Yeah, I think you can definitely do that. You go, I don't think the robot's expecting it at all. So you can land on them and you scrabble around and then go ahead and, oh, yep, that's a pass. So
Yeah.
so you dig into this robot and you see the static like go all over its body, and it's like, this is not protocol.
And then
Huh?
can I try to make an advantage?
Yeah, so if you would like to take another action to generate an advantage, you can certainly do
I
so.
want to try to do that.
Okay.
I want to try to like use my paws to cover his like visual sensors
Mm.
to try to help other people.
Okay, very cool. So this is going to be complexity 3 since it's your second
Complexity
action.
3.
And what are you using to?
Does like sort of stealth just kind of like sneakily like boop cover in his visual sensors?
I think
or...
like if your move was, launching on it looked like an attack and then you like splay out real quick and you're
Yeah.
actually covering its sensors, I think I can see
Yeah,
the
cool.
stealth move. Definitely a sneak
Cool.
attack.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I was sneaky.
So you do so, yeah, and you go kind of flat and like cone over this sphere here, and kicking at the center areas where it would usually be able to sense on 360 sides. And again, please desist, as you are attacking this robot. So you generate 1 advantage.
Awesome. I updated it on our list.
Oh,
for us.
thank you.
And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. All right, and then with that, we are going to go ahead and move to Vam Fam. So, yeah, if you want to just put your token, I guess, right on top of the robot. You're holding it down.
Boop.
Boop. All right, Vam, what's
All
up?
right. Your horde of bugs is gonna become a ball of death.
Yes.
The move.
The move.
The move. Yep.
So as soon as Ciela Gloss leaps over and starts clawing away at the big boy, we begin to condense into a tight ball. But in order to do that, we have to drop the stone ball that we've been carrying. So that just kind of like plops out of us.
With a heavy thunk as the stone hits the floor.
Yeah. And then we condense as well, almost now to the same size as the stone itself, because we have become a larger horde of insects.
Mhm.
But very tightly woven, but still kind of moving over, the insects moving over each other very rapidly, and almost like a slight vibration to us. And we get to move up to 10 squares immediately, making a single skill roll of complexity 3 for every enemy.
All right.
And they take 1 damage if I succeed.
Okay. So go ahead and start your movement here.
Yeah, okay. So that'd be 1. This guy, we're going to start with this one right here.
Yep. All right. So go ahead and roll it.
Let's do power. That's what makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, ball of death. It's very powerful.
It's my power move.
Power level 9,000. All right. Ah! Okay.
Yay!
All right. And as you, what does it look like when you crush this thing? It's just one of these little robots. So one just shatters it. So how are you destroying it? Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Well, then it probably ends up almost like it's taking the body of the robot with it. Like
Ooh.
it just kind of like knocks the body out of the legs. So it's just kind of like the legs drop to the floor and the body kind of just becomes eviscerated.
Ooh, yeah, you do. You smash it and its pieces like get sucked up into the ball. So you're adding on these like kind of blades, robot blades, to it as you utterly destroy this robot. So keep on going.
Vicious.
That was one.
Vicious.
Vicious.
This guy next.
Okay.
Another 3.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ooh, okay. What do you? Well, let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want to take a collapse or do I want to? No, I want to do a complication. Failure prompt. Let's roll. Roll on the failure prompt.
Oh, this is how we.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, what?
Whoa, what?
Oh,
That's
oh.
fun.
A damning secret is revealed. This is.
Oh.
Did you click on the right failure prompt deck? Is this from?
You
Good
are the one who
Society?
put
What is
this
this?
in here. I don't know.
I'm so intrigued.
You're right, I was
What's
the one
the
that put this in
secret?
here.
I mean, it is 100. You rolled 100, right? Or no, 0. Yeah, so 100. So, damning secret is
Can we
revealed.
please just go with
Wild.
this?
Wild.
Yeah.
Wait, a secret of the robots or my secret?
It's up to me. Okay, so I think here's what happens. So as you are like rolling along, you're like, ball of death, this is super cool. You know, you drop from the space you were moving in and like launch yourself towards this robot. I think before you even run into the robot, something happens. Like this horrible, like crackling energy kind of surges over you, and you get this like feeling of intense pain. Suddenly, as something launches into your body, this spherical object flings itself towards you, and you see, all the rest of you see this weird stone ball that kind of like dropped out of your friend before they started moving. It is surging with this bluish green kind of light. And it extends this tendril towards Vam that kind of smacks them, and you see the ball launches itself. So it is once again now like in the middle of you, Vam, but it is doing 1 point of damage to you as it does so, as it forcefully reconnects to you, which causes you to miss this other robot as you are dealing with this like pain that suddenly happens here.
The artifact has separation anxiety.
Yeah, for real. My God. Okay.
A damning secret
My
indeed.
God. Wow. Well, the good news is I watched you use a Nova ability, so we get an advantage because I have a thing
Of
called
course.
Feed on Nova. So whenever I watch someone use their Nova ability, we gain one of those. So
Yay.
All right. So Vam, that is going to stop you in your tracks, I think, as
Wild.
that happens, and you are going to take a point of damage. But now the ball has like forcefully rolled over. It killed some of you in the process of like trying to climb back into the center of where you are. All right. And that is going to take us to Little Voice. So still with Lamp, you have seen this happen. You have seen this weird sphere thing like attack your friend. And Ciela Glass is, doing cat stuff on top of this big robot. So what's up?
I will open my compartment suddenly and shout, "Ogo, I choose you!" And then dash to be. If I could use my whatever actions, so just dash as far. I'm still wrong.
But as far as I can to get to the gun turret to prepare, because you clearly have this in the bag. You have this to the turret station.
Sure. So I will say, if you would like to do that, maybe let's have Atash go first.
Sure.
So Atash
yes,
can
great.
exit. All right.
My life dream has been achieved because I'm now a Pokemon.
So, yay! I always
Thanks
knew
for playing,
it.
everybody.
In my heart, I knew.
I love it so much. Okay, so all of that happens, and Atash in Oppo's body just comes flying out. And I think since we are right behind this robot that has Ciela Gloss clinging to it,
Yeah.
I think I just like launch myself at it. There is no finesse here. I am just flying towards it. Where's my character sheet? Too many windows. Here we go. Let's try. I'm going to say this is all about like my push off from the seat. So I'm going to call it athletics.
Cool.
And
I think as you're springing forth from your mech, I'm into it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Did I click the? Oh,
Oh
no.
boy!
Do we want to use an advantage?
That'll just let you re-roll.
You don't want more.
It'll let me
damning
re-roll one of them.
secrets?
Yeah. No.
I mean, that was really fun, but I'm also okay with you using an advantage.
Ton of fun. I'm gonna use one of them, and just don't roll a 4. Thank you.
Yay! All right, success.
Success. Ow. Great. So I launch into it, and
Okay.
just crash into it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move you, Ciela, to do a point of damage as you launch into this robot here.
From there. So now we know these little ones are
weak,
delicate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think from my perch, somewhat on, not quite on top, but sort of sprawled across the larger robot, I'm just gonna reach out and like harden my Ulrin body and just punch the little one that's next to me.
Yeah. All right. I'm into it. All right. So
This is all new for Atash. I'm not really sure what's happening, but
You're
I
melee
think they're
now.
enjoying it.
I think it's good.
All right.
Heck yeah. So go ahead. Complexity 3, since it's your second action.
All right. Oh, come on, y'all.
No.
Oh.
You're new to punchies. It's
I am very
hard.
new to punchies. None of this has gone well. I don't know that I want to use both of our advantages just on my turn, yeah?
I'm okay if you do want to use it. We can always make more.
That's true.
This is your dream.
I know what I'll do.
Reach
So
for the
yes,
stars.
I will. Oh gods, I will use this one. That was a D8. Come on, no whammies. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna punch that one, and then I'm going.
All right. So what does it look like when this explodes when it meets
Oh.
your crystal fist?
So I think I concentrate a little of that thing that I can do with my whole body and like light up and be really hot to the touch, but I just do it in my fist. So I sort of melt through the exterior hull of this robot. But then I think I get so surprised that it worked that I like turn the heat off and the thing is just stuck on the end of my hand and I'm trying to
Robot
get it off.
my God.
So that, and as I'm flinging this thing around, trying to get it off of my hand, this is a terrible idea because now it's complexity 4 and I failed everything, but I feel bad about using these advantages and my suave is a D12. So I'm going to call out to my crew and just encouragingly say, look, if I can do it, but like more eloquently than that, and try to encouragingly create one more advantage so that I don't leave us completely devoid of them.
All right, go for it. Complexity 4 is your rallying cry.
Now look, roll 20.
No.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Oh no.
I tried, y'all. I'm so sorry.
On a D12. Ouch.
On a D, I failed a D4 on a complexity 2, a D8 on a complexity 3, and a D12 on a complexity 4.
I like this night. I have a good feeling about
we're
2
paying
nights.
for last session.
Yeah, truly. Truly.
The last 4, you all have been firecrackers.
Wow.
So, Do I want to
We
take
try
a
to be
collapse
passive players, and we
I
are
know.
punished for it.
Well, roll 20
I
punishes
don't-
us for it.
Yeah, I'm just your game master. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
take a collapse point.
Yeah, that.
And
tracks.
since it is the end of your turn, Atash,
Yes.
I am going to use a collapse point right now to insert
Okay.
a turn here for myself. So I'm going to spend one collapse point, and with that, I am going to have this breacher here. Wanda shakes as
Oh, I see.
you feel this ship letting go now. So
Oh, no.
the ship is seemingly abandoning these robots here and pulling back away.
No.
Oh,
So
Well-
Didn't there were more robots?
so
That's impossible.
So it has used an action to disconnect, to sever the connection, and kind of float back out into space here. And you know what? I'm going to use another collapse point, and I am going to...
Oh, Wanda's going to be so mad.
Wanda is going to be mad. Because this ship now, with this action, since it is in your near zone, it disembarked from the actual doors and everything. And this time you feel this ramming and like a keening sound as the now closed gate starts to glow bright red as you see the breacher is slicing a hole through the back of Wanda here. So
Well.
what is happening? We are going to do a whole breach, everybody. So, yes.
with their shield?
So the breach itself isn't prevented by a shield. Shields only prevent damage. So your ship is not taking any damage. It's just slicing a big hole in the ship here. So we are getting into a space combat stuff here. Space combat is it works very, very similarly to melee combat. You can still do everything you can do in melee combat, just with a few additional options. One of them being that whenever your ship is damaged by another ship, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're taking damage. Usually you roll on a table, you can take damage, you can have a hull breach, something can catch on fire, etc. So there are some options in there. So a hull breach, essentially what's happening here is that a hole is being sliced in your ship, meaning that everything here, this sector is now compromised because basically things are going to start going into space at this point. So as you look on the ship here, I'm not sure if you all can see, or you can right now with the GM settings. So sector 4 of your ship now has a hull breach, which means that this entire area, which has your engine, which has all of you, which has the remaining robots, basically space is coming into your space at this moment.
Except that we have hull gunk in this sector.
Oh, good. Yes. All right. That is a very good reminder. So horrible
I didn't want to interrupt because
things-
it was a good explanation of hull breaches, but
Yes. So horrible things would have happened. But
yes.
Eugenio, do you want to describe, since you remembered, what does it look like when the hull gunk deploys and seals
have
this
had-
breach?
We've had this hull gunk since the beginning, but of all of the hull breaches, this is finally the first time it's been in the correct sector, so it's really thrilling. So as the breacher begins to melt through and open the back of Wanda's hull, just sort of as quickly as it flows in, this. Oh, actually, maybe now with all the plants, it looks good. I think before it would have been jarringly iridescent green, but now maybe it fits a motif. Just immediately, there are these little capillary pipes all over the hull, which you don't ever really see, except now these are filled with this green gunk that as quickly as the hole opens, refills it. And it almost looks like the heat from the breacher's nose is cauterizing and setting the hull gunk. So it's, nice and sealed as it goes. Of course, if it moves around, we're in trouble. But for now, that's what we see.
Yeah, so you all experience that terrifying moment where you feel the air getting sucked out and your feet start to drag back towards the back of the ship, as gravity is just messed up. But very quickly, this gunk deploys, and with this splatter and this combination of plants, I think you also see, after the gunk itself moves into the space, vines start to grow up and cover this gunky wall, making one of those like lovely ivy colored walls, you know, that you'll see like on old college campuses or whatever, as these vines knit together. And there's this like beep of frustration that seems to come from the robot underneath you, Ciela Glass, as you seal this breach. Well, you solved that puzzle quite well. So, Little Voice, now we come to you. I am saving one of my collapse points.
Oh no. Celeste, please. Am space baby.
It's okay.
Am sweet, precious.
Just take a lot of turns. I'll get more.
You're gone.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm doing what I said I was doing. Little Voice
Running.
was playing a Pokeball and dashing
Okay.
as fast and as far as his 15-foot body will swiftly take him.
Woohoo! All right. So I think your speed is 5.
5.
Okay.
I do.
So you can move
believe.
5. I think the easiest way to do that on this map is just to select your token and then use the arrow keys and then count to 5. Because it's a little bit off the grid on this one, but there is the grid.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And if you would like, you can take an action to go ahead and move again up to your speed if you succeed.
Perfect. I would love to continue moving as fast as possible.
All right. So complexity 2 to go ahead and
Okay.
try to move again. And what kind of skill are you using to push your movement?
We're going to go ahead and use athletics on this. This feels slightly appropriate.
Yep. Doing a hard sprint.
You said complexity 2, correct?
Yeah. 'Cause it's your
Okay.
first action. All right. So with no
Okay.
trouble at all, you press through. So you
He
can
doesn't
go
breathe,
ahead.
I'm just kidding.
There's no panting. I'm very cool. So
It's just his exhaust making the noise. His thrust.
just dust behind you. So yep, you can move up to 5 once again. You could, if you
Okay.
would like, try it again. Take a second action and keep running.
Oh. Oh,
You can do
wait,
it as
are
many
you...
times as you would like. It just gets harder in complexity each action you take on your turn.
Oh,
I support you, brother.
Yeah, really? All right, let's do it.
Like how one person is like, yeah. All right.
I need no more.
I just forgot
We
I
have
was
another
muted.
Yeah.
ship that's right there, and we have no one over there.
So close. All right. Yeah. So complexity 3. What are you
Oh,
doing
boy.
to push it?
Trying not to waste power or melee.
I mean, you're not wasting it. You can use the same thing over and over again. You just, don't get the Nova point.
Yeah, get the Nova
And the
point.
Nova point's so good.
All right. I mean, let's go power. Like, just like totally like hits that NOS button and just
Yeah, your hyperfuel.
yeah.
Let's. All right,
That's all I
complexity.
think about whenever someone says that.
I'm loving it.
All right, go for it. Complexity 3. Roll it.
All right, we're rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, your
We're just
your pistons
an
activate.
entire
You
turn
you
moving.
Hit the turbo boost. So go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
You're
we're
leaping
close.
over the pillows.
Such a
everyone-
long journey.
Yeah, this ship is
Right?
big.
I
Wanda's
did not
a thick
realize how long
girl,
this ship was.
you know. I'm zooming in so everybody can see the ravioli-shaped pillows.
I love them. They
I
look so
do.
delicious.
And the
They're so
beanbags.
good.
The ship is so
beanbags
homey
icon.
now that we've got all our stuff inside it.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the Eldritchian with the tentacles. So I mean, homie, it's what you
Homie,
make of
cosmic.
it. Cosmic. It's fine. This is fine. All right. Hey, you want to push it again? Only complexity 4.
How many more spaces are left?
Use your
How- yeah, wait,
empathy
how
to
many more
run.
One. Yeah, how many? Oh, there you go.
Oof, that's so many.
That's two whole. That's two whole.
Yeah.
And then don't.
Chat
and
is
my
saying
com-
you've
my
got
complex.
this. So I don't know.
Okay, one person in chat says I've got.
Also, I'm pretty sure that message was from the last roll.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So rules question then. my complexity for this entire encounter stays elevated, correct?
No. It's each turn. It starts. So like when we come back to your turn.
I gotta imagine.
We're back to 0. Oh, yo,
So
yeah, let's
complexity
go.
2, and then 3, and then 4. Yeah,
Are you
let's
kidding?
do it.
Like, yeah, no, he
Imagine.
absolutely like subscribs to like CrossFit or something. Let's go. He's pushing.
All right, complexity 4. Push
Let's
it,
do
push
this.
it, push it. Let's go.
All right. Let's see.
Give me
Complexity
that
4.
point.
Yeah,
Give me
we're
that
still gonna go
collapse
power.
point.
That's
Come
my biggest.
on, come
Let's
on.
go bigger, go
Come on,
do
fail,
it.
fail,
No
fail,
whammies
fail.
and
Yes!
stop.
Yes!
No.
Honey, that's my points, baby.
Damn. All right. It was worth a shot.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Enjoy your chaos, Celeste.
I will. So I took.
Remember who gave you that point.
I'll use it. I'll use it wisely.
I
I'll
know.
remember.
I
Cool. So I'm gonna take my collapse point, which means that you just get tired as you're going, and you just can't make it. Your adrenaline runs out as you are running across the entire ship here. All right. And with that, we come to the end of our surprise round. So we actually start the first full round of combat here.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah. So with this, like I said before, ship combat works exactly the same as melee. We're treating the ship as its own initiative here. So I'm going to declare what my enemies are doing. So right now we have the 2 ships. If they do happen to land and put more actual melee combatants on there, that may happen, but we'll deal with that in time. The only major differences between ship combat and then player combat, you have a couple more options on board the ship. So the big one is that you can defend with the ship. So the way you do that, there are 2 ways. You can head up to the pilot seat, which is this main section here. If you are in the pilot seat on your turn, you can take defensive maneuvers, which means that you spend an action on your turn. Basically, just you stay in place, but you're moving around the ship to take defensive maneuvers, which is an action you can do. Also, from the pilot seat, you can move the ship. So you can move the ship 1 space in any direction. If we zoom out here, you will kind of see, whoa, too far. You will see that there are 8 zones around your ship here. So for the benefit of this game, your ship doesn't actually ever move. This map doesn't. My enemy ships will move to correspond to how you are moving the ship. So it kind of keeps everything here. But movements you can do, you can rotate the ship. So a turn clockwise or counterclockwise is one action to do. You can move the ship forward or backwards or, right or left. That is one action to move the ship in any of those ways. You can also move the ship from the engines, which are back here in Sector 4, but you can't do the subtle defensive maneuvers from the engines here. You can also use your action to, if something happens to catch on fire, you can use it to try and put out that fire. If something happens to cause a hull breach, you can use a turn to seal off that sector of the ship. Other than that, all your normal actions are open to you. The guns on here work very similar to the pilot seat, where you have to be on that module. That's the word. You have to be on the module to use it. So if somebody else is on it, you can't be on there as well. Only one person at a time. Yeah. And then you all have a rotating turret, which means that you can fire into any of the near sectors around your ship, but only in the near range. So that means that right now you wouldn't be able to hit this ship in the port 4 zone, for example, because it's far away. But if it moves in here, you could hit this sector. Yeah. I think it's pretty intuitive as we go over the course of things. So if we do run into any troubles, just ask. But otherwise, let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and start things off with phase 1, where I declare what I'm doing. So this breacher up here is going to move in and try to breach the ship. So that is what it is doing.
Oh no, all of Atash's crystals are there.
No! Oh my god, what if your crystals got sucked into space? let's find out. And then this ship down here, it is going to move out of this sector, which is now covered in gunk, and fire at your ship with its lasers. So those are my enemy actions I've declared. So now we come to phase 2. So all of you get to talk amongst yourself, decide what you're going to do, and then we will go through your turns. I'm going to refill my water real quick if you all want to talk amongst yourselves.
I'm planning on hopefully finishing this large robot that I'm on top of. I'm going to move next to it so we can see it. And then starting to run towards the front of the ship.
That was essentially my plan too. I wanted to kill the little one I failed to ball of death, and then also run to the front to help pilot. But if you got the piloting down, that's cool. I'll just.
Were you gonna pilot Ciela, or were you gonna get in the gun?
I could do either. Yeah.
What do you think you'd do best in?
I mean, the gun. I think I would be equally okay at either.
Yeah. I agree. For me as well.
But it's gonna take so long to run there.
I know, that's the problem. You don't have, I mean, as a kitty cat, do you have better speed than me?
My speed is 5.
No, okay. We're the same.
Well, if we want me to, because it sounds those are the only 2 positions up in sector 1 that we can do anything from. So I can hang out back here and like goose the engines and whatever once we're done with these robots. So if we want me to go first, I will see how much damage I can inflict on these remaining robots. That way, maybe you all will have to use fewer actions fighting them and can use those actions more easily to run to the front of the ship.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
So we leave the robots to you. You're cool with that?
I mean, let's see how. I'll go first. Based on how this has gone so far, I will leap off of this robot and fall on my head. So I'm gonna end up fighting him anyway.
Okay. All right. So I have Atash going first. Any strong opinions about second and third?
I'll go second.
Okay. Between Vam and Little Voice, any opinions?
I said Little Voice should try to get to that turret spot, and then I'll go last.
You want? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Do that.
Okay.
Excellent.
Did you declare actions for the robots and I missed it?
Oh, no. You know what? I didn't. I totally forgot they were still alive.
Well,
okay.
I'm on top of one of them.
I know.
So
there are like 3 people on top of this robot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and add them onto the initiative. Oh, our poor robot. Okay. So this standard laser robot is going to go ahead and fire at Ciela Gloss, who is on top of it still. And this tiny robot here is going to go ahead and try and attack Vam on its turn. There we go. Cool. All right. So phase 2, let's kick it off. Atash, it's up to you.
Right. Well, it worked so well the first time. So I'm going to try and punch this standard robot that's right next to me again. But this time I'm going to, prepare myself a little more, and I'm going to try it with melee this time.
All right, let's do it. So 2, complexity
fine.
2
It's gonna be...
for your first action. It'll be fine.
There we go.
There you are.
All right.
So you get a great hit off on this thing, which is still very confused as to what is happening because Ciela is blocking all of its sensors.
I love it. In that case, let's go again on that one. Just beating it because Ciela's got to get to the front. So we're gonna... Why don't I use... I don't want to use that. Okay. So I'll use power again this time to just try and like absolutely shove it out from underneath Ciela and across the space, and hopefully to destroy it once and for all.
Absolutely. All right. So complexity 3, since it's your second action.
Yeah, well, that was bound to happen eventually. All right.
Okay,
I'm amazed I got the 1 in, y'all. Sorry.
Oh, the dice are brutal to you today.
They are brutal tonight.
Oh, no, they're brutal. I'm going to roll on the failure prompt table.
Great.
Can hear
Oh.
the compassion in her voice.
Yeah.
You make a mess is the
I mean-
failure prompt. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is what happens.
No.
So you are not quite used to your Olran body, and you are trying
Not-
to use the heat power and like striking, and I think you maybe overcompensate. So as you go ahead and you punch into this robot a second time, and there's this heat flare that travels up your arm, and you hear a shattering crystalline sound.
Not
As
again.
you have superheated and then tried to cool and tried to punch too many times without really knowing how it works. So your arm is going to shatter into a bunch of flying shards as it kind of travels off here. So I think you are definitely going to take 1 point of damage as your arm shatters. And then Ciela Gloss, you see, I think these shards are coming your way. I would like to give you a chance to react to try and dodge these things. This is going to be complexity 3, I think, because it's right there.
Oh my
in your
goodness
face.
gracious. Okay,
Right
I'm going to try to
there.
perceive them really well so that I can dodge them.
Yeah, definitely like where they're coming from. Yeah, absolutely.
Woo.
All
Okay,
right.
so I think you managed to like maybe slide yourself between the robot and these shards as this is happening. So you just hear the like as all these like glass shards are implanted in the wall behind you, but miss you.
Oh, scary.
All right, failure prompts are fun.
If we consider virtual dice to be like crystals, does this count as failing in my responsibilities because of my obsession?
I kind of
absolutely
like
kidding.
it. I don't know.
Oh, believe me, I have way worse
Oh,
plans to
good.
fail in
I'm
my
excited.
responsibilities.
All right, so that is going to end Atash's turn, unfortunately. But I am going to, let's see, I have 2 collapse points. I'm just not doing anything with them. So
That's okay.
No, I think this is more fun. I think this is more fun. I'm going to spend a collapse point to give this breacher up here in the port far zone an action. So let me just double check. Can I? Yes, near or far. Cool.
Wanda's
Laser
gonna be
fire
mad.
is coming at you. So you feel the ship shake as lasers are pelting your way. And let's go ahead and roll on the ship damage table to see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh, what did I say about Hull Dunk?
Every single
did I
time
say?
we roll on this table.
They love it. They love the whole breach. Wow. Okay, this is super fun.
Next ship upgrade.
I'm
we're
telling
getting
you,
some
Not
more
for
Hull
Wanda,
Dunk.
it ain't.
This is
We
super
ultimately,
fun.
like, when we
The
were
Eldritch's
at-
pretty great though, right? If it doesn't like
Totally.
get blown into space immediately.
Right. When we were out there fighting them cultists, like it was touch and go. We have never been in more danger than when we have to fight on board Wanda. Every time.
Yeah, this is here. Let's read. So I've pulled up the spaceship combat. What exactly happens with a hull breach? So
No.
when the player character's ship gets hit with an attack, it can result in a hull breach. When this happens, the GM picks a sector that becomes hazardous for anyone within as the air in that sector is sucked into the void of space. When there is a hull breach, it affects the sector in which it occurred as well as any directly adjacent sectors. Oh, those areas become difficult terrain. Any creatures who cannot survive in space who ends the round in one of these sectors takes a point of damage. If it is sealed off, then it only affects that sector. Hull breaches can be repaired with a successful skill roll, or it might take multiple if it's severely damaged. Cool. So it was definitely firing here at Sector 2. So this is covering our crystal bedroom, our med
Atash.
bay, and
My Vam Fam letters.
Fam's letters, which are being sucked into space. So if anybody ends their turn in this sector or in Sector 4, since it is adjacent, you are going to take a point of damage. As
How
you're
do
being pulled
we
into space.
seal?
Yeah, so you can choose, you can use an action to seal any sector you like. You just need to be adjacent to the sector. And basically what you're doing is programming Wanda. You're, hitting some keypads to be like, just lock it down. So all the doors and everything close to that sector. So you cannot go into that sector until you get it repaired. but it won't be a threat to you as long as you don't go in there.
Okay.
You can also use an action on your turn to repair a hull breach, but that does require you to actually move into the sector that is currently breached. So let's go ahead and just put some fire here. Yeah, okay, breach. Oh no, where's the pen tool? It's okay. Oh yeah. Flames! It's not actually on fire, but this is the whole breach, everybody. There you go.
Space is dangerous.
Yeah.
Why are we out here?
Flying
Space
around
is
in
the
a tin can
worst.
in the void. That's your choice. All right, so that was my collapse point that I spent, which means that Ciela Glass, we are up to you. And Wanda is basically like yelling over the speakers at this point. What did I say? What did I say?
Okay. I'm gonna start moving towards sector 2 because I want to try to help seal it. But I turn to this large robot, and I start speaking in like ancient Eno, sort of like and thank you for laughing.
No, I was mesmerized by your power, so I wasn't laughing.
And I want to use my presence to try to cast a spell with the plants on Wanda.
Ooh.
I want the plants to try to overgrow on this robot and crush him.
Whoa, I love this. Okay, very cool. So complexity 2, since it's your first action.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so what does it look like when you summon the plants to
I'm kind of
actually
like
to
walking.
destroy this robot?
Yeah, I'm like walking backwards away from the robot and moving my arms and speaking ancient Eno. And the plants just like start to grow just a little bit and like pop out new leaves, and then they start to grow rapidly and like pull him down and start like just crushing his legs and breaking him apart.
Whew, yeah, and all these vines and tendrils just tearing at this thing that is making these, sonic beeping sounds at this point, as it knows the end is nigh. So yeah, you absolutely decimate this robot here. I'll see. I was playing with the draw tool, and it's just a mess. There we go.
A mess.
I think it's lovely.
It's a mess. I'll clean it up later. It'll
I'm
be
gonna
fine.
keep moving. So that was 1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. So do I just need to be like one space over, just adjacent to sector 2?
Yeah, so I would say...
So I need to move again.
Yeah, I would say probably from the layout of the ship, you would need to be in sector 4.
Okay. I would like to, I guess, use my power to keep pushing myself to get there quickly.
Okay.
So complexity 3.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then
It's good to know it's just me.
2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5.
That sounded sarcastic, but considering that we'll die if it was all of us, it actually is good to know it's just me.
All right.
And then I seal. Is that something I can just do, or do I have to?
So
Okay.
essentially, you're getting towards this place here. I imagine you're kind of popping open like a keypad or something, and you're just programming Wanda to seal off the sector, right? Because you're sealing it instead of fixing it, since you're adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means that the breach will continue on in Sector 2, so all of the objects inside of it are still going to be...
I'm sorry, everybody. Should I try to fix it?
But that also means that Sector 4 people can move through there and breathe.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, that's why I'm just
No, you
sealing
made
it.
the right choice.
But I'm going to
But
scream
there are
out,
crystals
Atash,
flying
your
into space.
crystals. They're floating
Whatever.
in space. It is beautiful.
It is...
Well,
look
now
at them go.
now they're torn because now they want to see it, but also.
All right, so that's going to be a complexity 4. What are you trying to use to get Wanda
4.
to...
Oh, shoot.
since this is your third action, complexity 4.
Part of me wants to use knowledge because I'll get a different die roll towards a Nova point, but I also don't want to mess this up.
I mean, I can see the knowledge, engineering.
I guess knowledge seems most fitting, but I'm trying to figure out if there's a way for me to use perception. Are there like instructions next to the
know
pad?
Sure. If you want to perceive, maybe there is like that required tag that they have
They're,
to
like,
put on
really
to save anything.
tiny.
It's so small. It is
All right.
so
And I'm like,
small to
okay,
fit
you
all
press
of
these
the warning
button,
label.
sends these
what is it?
numbers.
So you're looking at and trying to
Yeah.
find the information really quickly. I'm
Yeah.
into that.
Oh,
Ooh.
betray.
Yeah. So you are trying your best, but like I don't know if you've ever had to seal a whole breach, and the pressure of this moment, and then also the literal pressure is like disappearing. The air is running out. You are trying to think and you can't breathe, and it is just all too much, and you just cannot figure it out in this moment.
I take a point of damage, right? Because I'm ending in sector 4.
You're ending your turn there, so you are feeling the air being pushed out of your lungs and sucked into space.
Oh, of course. Boo. Okay, and that's my turn.
Ooh. Oh wait, I get to, let's see, do I take a collapse or do I... Oh, because on top of the damage I get to... let me go ahead and just make things worse here with a failure.
The other one's more fun.
The collapse point?
No, the one that
I'm doing the
reveals
failure
secret.
prompt. I am.
The one that reveals the secret.
That was just...
No!
Oh
Oh no!
It's so cold here.
Oh, never mind.
Do you seal a gloss? I'll let you decide. Do you literally freeze because the vacuum of space, or do you freeze because you failed?
I think I literally freeze because it's like super duper cold.
Yeah.
And I don't have any fur or anything.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's like that
Oh,
episode of the
right.
Magic School Bus where that kid takes off his helmet and his head freezes. Do you remember
I'm like-
that?
oh my gosh.
Traumatized by
I
that
don't
as a
like this.
child.
Okay. I'm like there's like this code I have to press in that's on the instructions, but it's so tiny and it's so cold that my finger I just start moving slower and slower, and it like took too long, so it thinks I entered the wrong number.
Oh no. All right, so you lose your turn, Ciela Glass, as you are freezing. Ooh. This is bad, gang. All right, but Vam Fam, we are moving to you.
I'm last.
Oh, okay. Then Little Voice, we are at you.
Seeing the impact and probably having to brace himself, right?
Yeah.
As the impact from the beam, and witnessing Ciela Gloss just kind of like dart like a cat out of hell out of nowhere, just there. The conditions of space do not bother Little Voice.
No.
But he's watching her as he's about to make that mad dash again to the turret to push the button, and she stops. And his protocol is protect before destroy. He is going to shift his agenda and dash to Ciela Gloss and put her inside of him where it is warm and full of oxygen.
Oh.
Oh, such a hero.
So I'm gonna go dash and help our crewmate.
Okay, luckily you're exactly
life
5.
before destruction. So
Yeah, it looks like you're exactly 5 spaces away, so you can just move over there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No,
Oh.
I'd have
Oh,
to
no,
dash
but
again.
You
Take
can
a
do
diagonal.
You can do diagonal.
Oh, we could do diagonal.
This game is fine with
Oh.
diagonals.
It's 5e
No,
grid,
this
not
is a good
3.5.
game. We're not here for that.
I'm just getting cool. Thanks.
You can just move there.
All right, great. Yes, I would like with Lisa's permission
Yeah.
pick up
Aw.
our little very cold friend.
Cold
and-
little voice.
Yeah.
You like see like the heaters around in his like dash pad, like right, like the whole like the panel just kind of like slides out to you. It's this whole like anime style, like you just jumped in your mech and there's good music playing. You're like boop 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 boop, everything lights up like you're ready to pilot a mech. But it's like instead like everything is like just heaters, like everything kind of warms up and is trying to like quickly like warm you up.
Nice.
Ciela Gloss, are you okay?
It's so cold, little voice.
I
It's warmer in
understand.
here.
Good. There is still work to be done. I will do my best to repair the breach.
Thank you.
And I will. Oh boy, not my specialty. Repair the breach.
So, I mean, I will say there are a lot of different ways you can go about doing this because at the end of the day, you are interfacing with Wanda to get this done. Social skills are definitely on the table, especially because she likes you so much for whatever
And
reason.
you let me get a toolkit
Yes.
that gives me an additional something. I
It
don't
will
remember.
reduce the complexity of any rolls you make to interact with Wanda by 1. So
Done.
yes. So I'm gonna say you can go ahead and because Peacecraft can combine. That's just something they do. So I don't think that takes an action. So if you would like to use your first action to go ahead and try to interface with the ship. Unfortunately, you can't be lower than a complexity 2. So this will not reduce the check until your second action.
Okay.
But yeah.
Excuse me. Not
So you're
a
actually
problem.
fixing the breach. You're not just closing off sector 2.
Oh, how much?
Oh, so if you wanted to fix it, you would actually have to move 1 more space into sector 2 to actually like repair the wall itself.
Which weirdly, I don't think you can do. This is the strangest thing that I have ever seen about Peacecraft, is that once you combine with someone, the person who you combined with is the one that controls your movement, which I think is wild.
Yeah, so like I think I'm stuck, but can still do action.
Don't like that, and I'm gonna say
I think it's very strange.
I think because you can turn on piloting, or you can just keep control of yourself. I'm totally okay with calling that as house rule.
Cool, because
if your ship, the MI can move by itself or be piloted at will, I think you should be able to do the same.
All right. Well, I think for the sake of not having to use another action to literally move
just
one
to move
square,
one
let's just work with Wanda in sealing off sector 2 so sector 4 is inhabitable.
All right, makes sense.
Yes.
Wanda, please, if you may, we must seal the sector off. Here, if we are to move this here, you should be able to temporarily hold.
Go ahead and roll that complexity 2 and see how this goes.
You can already hear Wanda's frustration.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
But the amount of frustration will depend on how this goes.
Amazing.
I understand your pain and suffering is great.
Oh.
We will repair as much as we can, as soon as possible.
Okay. All right. So as you do so, you can feel as well as hear, I think, the frustration behind this MI who's just like taking hit after hit. I mean, her body is literally being torn apart. And you know, she hones in on what you're saying, and she just says, "Fine, all right, fine." And you see just the walls of the ship begin to glow as out of the cracks and crevices of the tiles on the floor and the sheets of metal that are forming the walls, more of this plant life bursts and just moves in to seal itself as the doors push close against the force of space. And you see these like little sapling trees kind of sprout out, like just giving the doors just enough time to seal while they're breaking that kind of vacuum here. And with a finite close, you feel all of the pressure of the hole no longer affecting you as you are standing in Sector 4. But you do know that beyond Sector 2, what you could see, there's not much left. I'm going to say your med bay is probably damaged since you're leaving that open to space here, so that's going to need serious repairs. Atash's crystals have just floated out into space here. Van Fan's like fan mail is just gone out there fluttering in the vacuum. That was all you were able to see just before the doors closed, but you can breathe again, even if you don't have to. Other people can breathe.
Wanda,
We spent all that time making over our rooms.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, what was that? No.
Wanda, your new addition is most beautiful.
Whatever, just get them gone.
We are on it. Sailor Gloss, do you wish to follow with me?
Yes.
Excellent. I would like to push for 5 more spaces back to where it was.
You're doing work, little voice. All right.
God, he's getting those steps in. Let me tell you.
All right. My watch, my step counters. It's wild.
Yeah, right?
All right.
Sailor Gloss could see like a little like step counter like off to the side in one of like the LED panels or something. All right, we're not gonna mess around with this. We're just gonna go straight up power again.
All right,
Let's
that's
try
gonna
to
be
power through it.
so complexity 3 on this one since it's your second action.
All right, cool.
Nice. Yeah, so
Go
you
bongo.
easily handle it as you go ahead and move those spaces.
Just kidding. How to diagonal? No. What is it doing?
I don't know. Click on it and you can just drag it. You can just drag it. Just be
All right.
Just be
I
gentle.
was here. There we go.
There you go. This is fine.
It was like moving me.
Into space. It's the vacuum of space.
It's the vacuum. Whoa.
Whoa. All right.
Wow. All right. I mean, can I just push again, right? So
Yeah.
it'd be a
So it'd be
four?
complexity 4.
Yep. Let's go. Let's do it. Complexity 4. We need to get there.
Whew,
Cool.
yeah.
Great.
You do it. You're powering
Yes.
through. Run.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're close. I guess we'll wait next turn
You
or
can do
push
complexity
again.
5.
I mean, the worst that can happen is that she gets a thing again.
Or I give you a failure.
Again?
prompt.
I lost my next turn, so that could happen to you.
Oh,
There's
All
all
right,
kinds
all right.
of nasty things.
that's fair. That's fair. We're good.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then, Vam, we are at you now. So as you are standing here in the back, you get that that kind of clear alert sound from Wanda that knows. So you all know that the whole breach has been sealed, or that sector anyway. There's one of these tiny little robots still in front of you. Are you muted?
No, I just really, I'm kind of at a loss.
I just have feelings. I see.
I have a lot of feelings. I don't know how to navigate them right now. Praise be to Little Voice for fixing that and saving Cielo Gloss, because I wouldn't even been able to leave this sector otherwise, because I only have 1 point of health left.
Ooh.
I am sorry, Atash. I might have to just abandon this little robo to you, because I want to get to the other gun turret to operate it. And yeah, we'll do that. We'll make our first movement over towards the gun turret, which I think is
All the way up there.
here. Okay. So we get there. I think that was right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. But on my way, Vam is very upset at this stone ball.
Which is following you now.
It's still inside me, I think. It was like,
it
you're not
forced
abandoning
itself
me.
back in. You can try, if you would like, you can choose to leave it behind or take it with you.
Not after that, but I do want to express my anger and say, all I wanted to do was understand you, and you come back and lash out at me for a moment of abandonment. I would have come right back. We are in a desperate situation, and I need you to work with me, please, if
The
you
ball
wish to
does
survive.
Not respond in any way to this as it floats in the middle of your form.
Upsetting. You know what? I will leave you in the vacuum of space next time. And we'll move forward.
Yelling, all this chittering yelling as you're
Yep.
moving. All right, and you're trying to push that movement once again?
Right, yeah.
All right, so it's your first action. So complexity 2, what are you using to try and zoom over
Let's
there?
do athletics.
Okay.
Let's try. Okay, good.
All right, you can move 5 more spaces.
Hallelujah. Here we go. Oh, no, wrong button. We go here now. And we'll do
Wanda's
it
a
again.
big girl.
We're gonna try what's another dice we can use.
All right. Yeah, it's going to be complexity 3 for this.
I wish I could use a D8, but ain't none of it makes sense. Well, okay. Complexity 3. Let's try. I'm really trying to make an excuse for one of these.
I mean, I'm here for it. Sell it to
Yeah.
me.
I can't like I can't even convince myself.
Okay.
We're
then
just
don't
gonna
do that.
use. Yeah, I mean, power is acceptable in my brain.
Yeah.
We'll try it with power.
Okay. All right.
Push our physical limits here.
Exactly. Complexity 3. Ooh, this is rough. This is rough, gang. All right. So, yeah, you are trying and trying, but so much is happening. And I think maybe the remains of, like, space, being, like, pulled into this room. There's less oxygen in here, and your adrenaline is just failing you in this moment. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll take a collapse point. Take a nice little collapse point just for me. Okay, which is gonna bring me to my turn. Yay. All right, so here we go. My breacher is going to move in. Oh, but now there's a whole breach, so they actually can't follow through with their action that I declared because they can't dock on something that is ripped open into space.
Mercies.
All right, so they just move in closer to the ship, preparing to take a different action. And then the breacher back here moves out of range now that their boarding crew has already been killed. And they are going to fire some lasers at you. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it and say they're just going to do a point of damage to Wanda. So the whole ship kind of shakes and shudders with like an electrical, almost outage as just laser fire is being peppered down onto Wanda. So if one of you want to update her character sheet, Eugenio, you're on it.
Got the shield.
I'm on it. Yeah, that was her first shield.
Okay, so one of the shields just sparks and flickers as it absorbs that blow. Very cool. And then my robot minion, who is still here, is gonna scuttle. Actually, so it was going to attack Vam, who is no longer there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a collapse point here, so it can go ahead and attack Atash.
All right.
3. So this thing, and it runs fast as it scuttles across the floor and tries to jump onto your face. And as it does so, it launches and just digs its blades into your, crystalline skin and chest as it's just like whirring at you. So you're going to take 1 point of damage as this happens.
Got it. We're done. It's not good.
Yeah. All right. So then we bounce back up to phase 1. My breacher down here is going to go ahead and fire just once again at Wanda. And then the breacher up here is going to move into the near zone and try to board up there.
The 4 near zone?
Yes, the 4 near zone. Okay. And try to board the ship. And the robot minion is going to continue trying to eat your face, Atash.
Cool.
So phase 2. All of you, if you would like to plan amongst yourselves, as a reminder, Ciela Gloss cannot take an action this turn.
Just so cozy in here.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm
you're
sure
thawing
everything
out.
is fine outside.
If you push this dial, you can change to lo-fi music.
That's nice,
That's
little
really
voice.
nice. That's very relaxing.
Yeah.
What are we doing, gang?
I'm gonna go be a turret and go pew pew. I mean, like I'm pushing for that. We're so close.
I'm still going for that other turret.
Mm-hmm.
But if people want me to make my way to the pilot seat, I can do that since Ciela Gloss can't move this round. But I'm sure I'll fail before I reach either one. So.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Do we want to let Atash go first so he knows whether so they know whether there's the robot still to deal with or not? Or how do you feel about that? Yeah.
I mean, Eugenio, what do you think? But
I think I'm very upset about my crystals, y'all.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh.
it's okay. Your arm was shattered. There's so many more new crystals for you to collect.
I'll go
They're
whenever you
extra
all would like
special.
me to.
So Atash first, because I want to see what's going to happen.
Okay.
All right, and between just Atash, little voice, Vam.
Yeah.
Sound good? All right, let's do it. Atash, we come to you. What's up?
So,
Yeah.
the robot, but Ciela Gloss yelled about the crystals, and I know what happened. So Atash takes off running.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go
So I get
run.
that far, and I'll go ahead and use the first action to go again. Let's call it. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna fail anyway.
Complexity 2,
Let's-
whatever it is.
Let's call it power.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Oh no, you did it. You go.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, small mercies. All right. Clock that die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep running. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, we're gonna do it again.
Okay. Complexity 3.
Yep. Gonna just go ahead. Just hold on to that power.
So hold that power. The crystal
Here
power.
we go. Yep. All right. Now I roll.
Okay.
Now I roll. It's the crystals. 1, 2,
Wait,
3,
now
4.
you gotta get to your crystals.
So
That door is sealed.
it is.
Are you gonna unseal this freaking breach to get to your crystals?
I'm not gonna
boy.
not do that, but I am gonna see how far. Okay, you can't get out of this sector in one move. So I
There's a demon on board Wanda.
so here's the thing.
Yes.
I think the one person who like could even me out even a little is Vam, because we've been together for so long. So I have shirked my duties with that robot. I don't think I'm going to put one of my companions' lives in danger by unsealing it, but I am going to stand there and like bang on the whatever, like the what is the word I'm looking for?
Door.
Like the blast doors or whatever have come down, and just turn to Vam. Oh, here's what I'll do. I will turn to Vam and just like beg them to get out of here as quickly as possible. And in doing so, I will use empathy to attempt to create an advantage, because Atash is
nice.
just not really.
So Atash is like weeping and
Yeah,
banging
that tracks.
on the floor.
Oh no.
So Vam, and while you're trying to run towards the gun, you just see Atash abandon everything, not deal with the robot, is just throwing themselves on a pile on the floor to try and plead you to get out of here so they can open the doors. Cool. Let's do a failure prompt, because
Yeah, why not?
that feels right.
Okay, maybe I should have opened the doors.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even
I'm
sure in
not
this
either.
moment.
I'm not either. This is such an unmitigated disaster.
It could be my stuff. I don't
This
have
is
that much stuff. But
Such
it
a
could be mine.
disaster. This is such a
Oh my
disaster. I think
God.
maybe even, because there were all of these like ice crystals and everything that formed on the door, right, with the vacuum of space. Maybe you're like pounding at the doors, and I
Yeah.
feel like some of these shards are like bursting all over the place, and you are
Yeah.
just like punching through. And Vam, I think you are seeing as Atash has just gone beyond normal limits and is like smashing into the machine work of Wanda here and just recklessly tearing at it and like actually breaking parts of the ship as they are trying desperately to get in. And then Wanda is like letting out this buzzing sound of pain as Atash is trying to like move through the doors here. So I think Wanda is going to take a point of damage as you're like tearing at her wiring and just trying to open the blast doors. So that is your ally that you are damaging to try and get into this room.
No, I broke her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And I'm
going,
Okay.
Wanda is never going to forgive you.
Truly, I was already on thin ice.
Yep. Chad is asking if a heart counts as stupid. Great. Yes. So you hurt Wanda as you were trying to, just in your desperation in this moment. And then Little Voice, we come to you. You didn't see this, but you do hear that Wanda is in pain, but I think you probably just assume it's, another shot or something in the casualty of battle.
I would like to continue running
Yes.
to my station.
Yes.
So my movement will get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh,
I'm going to say you can get on there. You can do
Wait.
it. You can set up your gun. It's fine.
I'll take the challenge. I'll take the roll. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a 2.
You
like,
take that roll. The way y'all are rolling, I
Wow,
don't know.
famous last words.
Ciela, you're in here, and we've got like some lo-fi. Maybe we just don't even hear Wanda.
Yeah.
Because we just got those lo-fi jams like
jams.
going, and we're just like,
Yeah.
You're in the
Like,
moment. It's good.
good vibes. Good, like super good vibes. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this.
Whew.
Cool. See, look, we're in. We play by the rules.
You're
here. We're
fine.
good.
You're fine.
All right. I would like to Mighty Morphin big guns.
All right. Does that take an
Activate.
action? Can you click on it and then it'll pop up in the
Yes,
chat
and it
for
will
your ability?
pop up. Where is special abilities? Gun turret. Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool. So gun turret. If you move to a customizable,
Let's see.
transform into a rotating turret. Awesome. You can aim and fire yourself. Awesome.
Yep.
And your allies can fire you too. This is so
Yep. So
wild.
we could have a double whammy if we're lucky enough. Next turn.
All right. So yeah, you take your yeah, I mean, I don't think this takes an action. So I
It
think you can just
doesn't
unfold and you can
say.
use your action immediately
Yeah.
to go ahead and fire.
Great.
So
Please
please
save us, Little Voice.
please narrate for me what it looks like when you turn your body into a gun. I think you have to eject Ciela Gloss to do this. So if you
Like
want
I'm
to
in the little
incorporate
gun
that.
seat.
No, I don't think this is an ejection at all. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Oh, yes, I'm
This
ready.
is
My body's
this is-
ready.
First off, remember this is a tiny 3-foot kitten
Yes.
in a
She is very
15-foot
small.
anime space mech.
Yeah. She's like this big.
It is absolutely like the Transformers unfolding, so it's just unnecessary drama. There's definitely some music playing, like maybe Wanda's got something like pumping in the
Oh, yeah.
background, and there's
Oh,
like
yeah.
just all these like lights and stuff going on as he's literally magical girl transformation at this point. It just kind of like
Yes.
spreads out, like he had those wings from before, and they just like open up and then like curl in, and his legs like flip up, and he's kind of like flying into space for a second. His arms are bending in all sorts of positions until
yes.
wham, he is slammed onto the ground, and there are just like where his like feet and hands were are just now these like little bolts that just like spin in place, so he is secure into that gun turret station, and very much like maybe he was pointed at the inside of the ship, and just like that kind of like really cool like pan angle of boom. He's now staring straight out at the enemy, trying to lock on, ready to engage.
So good. All right. Yes, let's do it. So as you are a gun yourself, so you can fire.
I'm a gun.
You're a gun. So you're a rotating turret. So that means that you can fire anywhere in the near zone in any of the 4 sectors. So this bad boy, this ship right here, is totally within your range. If you would like to go ahead and fire.
I would love to go ahead
Let's
and fire.
Do it. So it's your second action. That'll mean a complexity 3. And what would you like to use to fire?
We are using I'm not gonna mess around. We need to get this get this pew pew going. Also because I'm an advanced turret, if I am successful, I deal 2 damage on a successful attack skill
Nice.
roll. So yeah.
Um,
I didn't put all my eggs in one turret.
Whew, yeah. All right.
Cool. So I'm rolling power. This is just like those super chill, lo-fi beats are kind of going. You see the turret kind of like spiral power up and pew pew. Complexity 4. You said
3 or
5?
yes,
3?
5,
3,
7, 8. Because it's your second action, it's going to be complexity 3.
Oh yes, that's right. There we go. Love the sound of that. Pew pew.
Woo! All right.
Yay!
Hot shot. What does it look like when you fire and hit this breacher out here?
Because it's space, it's not bullets. We're gonna go with some sort of light puncturing energy because it's got like max power.
Phasers? Yeah.
Yeah, phasers of some sort, and it just kind of like spirals through this like spout, and just a solid couple, just several phaser bullets just firing in a straight beam, kind of like trailing for a second until it locks on, and then boom.
Hell
Hits.
yes. And that's going to be 2 points of damage?
Yes, 2 points of damage.
That's rough.
Advanced turrets.
Ooh.
That's not even my final form.
What? So
Wait until I pick a different Nova ability later.
yeah. Not yet. All right.
Not
so
yet.
would you like to take another action? I will say, if you can sell me on a social skill to interact with Wanda, your tools will come into play here to reduce that complexity.
Oh, so it'd just be another 3.
Right. So this would be
Oh.
a complexity 4, but if you can use a social skill to incorporate like working with Wanda, I will give it to you for complexity 3.
Cool. Let's role play.
Okay. Let's role play. Let's do this.
Wanda, I know you are in pain, but you are doing incredible. Please, if you can spare the energy for a moment, I think I can take this ship out and stop the pain. If you could hold still for just a moment, I will prepare to fire once more. As soon as I'm done and the threat is gone, I will repair you.
Roll me that complexity 3. See what are you rolling here? See how this turns out.
No. Presence, empathy.
I would
feel like
either
any of those would
Either
work.
of those would
Whatever
yeah.
that highest social skill is.
They're
Yeah.
the same. So we haven't used presence before. Let's use presence. So complexity of 3.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
So
Thank you, Wanda, for your kindness and patience.
yeah, so as you say this, Wanda sort of shudders because she has taken a lot of damage. Like, literally 2 parts of her already have been breached, and she's taken 2 points of damage, so she's at half capacity. But you just hear sort of this breathy whisper over the comm saying, like, I don't know why, but I trust you. And as this happens, you see these spiraling vines kind of grow up around where you are, like giving you this additional support that allows you to like really place yourself. And these flexible kind of tendrils help guide your aim as you are charging towards the ship here. So go ahead and fire as a success. And since that's going to be 2 points of damage, what does that look like when you destroy this breacher?
Oh. Wait, don't I have to roll for?
That was what your
No,
presence was.
That was your presence roll. So it was working with Wanda to go ahead and make this work for you.
Understood.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we get to destroy shit. This is my dream come true.
Yeah, Wanda is
I'm a
here
turret,
with you.
and
You are
I'm destroying
firing.
the
You are
ship.
working together, and boom, it is happening.
Okay,
So
this is great.
what does it look like
Oh,
when the ship
I'm here
just
for it.
is decimated?
When the ship explodes, it's definitely like, again, there's no flashiness to the action of destroying something from Little Voice. As excited as I am, it's very, this has happened. This is a thing that must happen for us to survive and persevere. So again, that spiral light kind of goes through, pew 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 pew, and you probably see that like the ship is trying to like break away, having taken so much damage, and maybe it almost misses, but because of Wanda's stability and aim and assistance, it just nicks like right at like one of the engine thrusters,
Yeah.
and you see the ship kind of move, and it's just that kind of silent, like there's no sound. I mean, there's no sound in space, and it's just like this beam of light that you could see coursing through the long ship, and then all of a sudden
Yeah, it's just an
a debris
implosion.
field is created.
Yeah, as this blast, of light just comes out and is immediately like sucked inwards as the shattered pieces just drift away from you. I think there's a chirp that you all hear over the ship as Wanda lets you know the other ship, it's retreating. It's pulled beyond space. I can't. And you see some of the systems kind of flicker as she goes into like energy saving mode. And you see just like the backup systems and, life support and everything is active, but she falls silent as she is trying to work on internal repairs. You all have survived this encounter. You destroyed one of the breachers. The other one is now zooming off away from you, from the planet. You're not sure if it's landing, but it goes out of your purview. And you are free to land on the moon of Yalbis 5.
What about the little robot?
I think the little robot, as soon as the breacher kind of gets out of range, there's this little like it deactivates.
Oh.
And it just falls flat on the ground.
Can we keep him like as a robot pet?
Oh, yes.
Someone knows how to reprogram it.
Yeah, I will say, the programming has gone out of this thing. It is not receiving any more orders. It is clearly out of range or out of range of anything that could program it. But I will say, it's probably going to be pretty useful that you have one of these robots in your possession now. And as you look over its, carapace, it's one of those unmarked, sort of handmade robots, if you had to guess. This is not mass produced. Somebody has taken a lot of time and effort to engineer this specific bot. So maybe this is going to be another clue when you land on the moon.
He's a pet, not a clue.
He's a pet, not a clue. How dare you? But that is where we're going to end
Maybe its
the
name is Clue.
game. Maybe
Yes.
both. That's where we're going to end our game for today. I do want to take a moment before we do outros to go around because I feel like we hit a couple of story moments, story path moments today. So who feels like they hit something today? Yes, Eugenio. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
Costs of your indulgence.
Yeah.
Yeah, you complete this
destroyed
event when you
one,
fail to live up to your responsibilities on account of your vice. The responsibility of not destroying Wanda,
And helping
or
your
allowing
friends.
her and right.
In a fight.
So that happened. And this is sort of an interesting point in this story path because the next thing is that someone who I have wronged in some way because of my crystal obsession comes calling. And to complete that event, I have to encounter that person and experience their confrontation.
Interesting.
And I just think it's funny that it isn't until after that I start to like feel bad and fix my ways according to this story path. It was not in fact tearing into Wanda, but rather whoever's coming to call is going to be terrifying, clearly.
Wow.
So anyway, that's for later. Because I completed this, I inexplicably get to increase the size of one of my mental skills.
I mean, your, I think, obsession level may be something to do with your crystals. I think maybe increase your focus, your laser focus.
My laser focus, yeah.
I would like to invite any among you to be the triggering person who will start that event. So if any of you would like to think about that for next time, put that.
We all just try to trigger you.
Yeah, I think we should all have an intervention.
Yeah,
My vote.
That's something we can certainly do. Anyone else? I feel like maybe Nassim, you might have hit some. Yeah, what happened there?
Well, it was very fortuitous that a secret was revealed, and my secret mysterious artifact decided to reveal some of its power by activating in a way that causes an issue for me, which was my next story path, an accidental activation. and it could have been anything, including causing harm, which it did.
Yep.
So yeah, the completion is after dealing with the immediate trouble that it brings on, which, I mean, Vam kind of tried to
Yeah, you did.
do,
I
but
mean,
there's
you picked it back up and incorporated it again. I think you dealt with it the best you could.
Yeah, I mean, other than trying to just heal myself, I tried and it gave me nothing. So yeah, it definitely activated in a
Oh yeah, in a way.
problematic way.
Yeah. What is what do you gain from completing this story path event?
I get to increase the die size of one of my either athletics, medicine, power, presence, or suave skills by 1.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so some stuff happened this episode. Great job. I'm glad you all survived. We'll see what waits on the moon of Yaldith next time. But I want to definitely go around and please let the people know where they can find you when you're not here in space. So, Gnome, where can people go to find you?
Hi, my name's Nomedic, and you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and I basically only play space games, because if you want more space, come hang out with me and a bunch of really rad space-tronauts. Definitely, that's a thing. Over on Unmade Gaming's channel, where we are going to play a Prison Break version of Coriolis that we've been building up to for an entire year. It's great. We're going to Ocean's 11 in space. On an asteroid prison rock. It'll be a good time.
Heck yes. And Nassim, where can people go to find you when you're not here in Olaxis?
Oh, you can find me on the internet. You know, I'm on all the social medias at Nazgul, and also I stream every Wednesday on the Venture Maidens Twitch, on the Venture Maidens podcast, and on our new special show, Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's super fun and cold.
And frosty. Yes, so if you are not sick of Monday nights here on this channel, playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, we also have a version on the Venture Maidens that you can check out as well. There are so many good things in that book. I highly recommend watching multiple streams of the game because we cannot fit them all into one stream. Awesome. And Lisa, where can people find you, when you're not a space cat?
And I'm not a space cat. I'm Lisa Penrose. And you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Lisa Penrose. That's Lisa with a Y. I also announced today a TRPG that I wrote, Mundane Magic, where you get to play one of the fates and your actions can weave or unravel reality. That is launching next Monday, so you'll hear me talking about it again. But you should follow me to get updates.
Yes. And Yehenia, where can the people go to find you?
Buddy, you can find me here on Twitch and on the Twitters at DM Jazzy Hands. Let's see, this week we do not have Harper's Tale tomorrow, so tomorrow afternoon and Thursday afternoon I stream some games on my channel here on Twitch, DM Jazzy Hands. Same thing Friday evening. And then, of course, Sunday, if you want more space, is our penultimate episode of Into the Motherlands over on Cypher of Tears channel, twitch.tv/Cypher of Tear. The crew has finally found out that the thing that is stealing water from the planet they were sent to are these horrible, terrifying squid monster alien creatures that have boarded the Wistful Wish, the player's ship, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, very excited about that. So that's Sunday nights at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 12 a.m. GMT. And I think that's it for me this week.
All right. Well, my name is Celeste Konowich. I have been your game master. If you like my stuff, make sure to follow me on Twitter at @ckonowich to hear about all the streams, podcasts, and things I am writing in the world of TTRPGs. Like Nassim said, you can catch me on Wednesday at 7 p.m. For The Venture Maidens. We're doing episode 95. So almost at the end of I'm aiming for 100. So, that is going to be cool. people. It's going to be a good time. So check me out there. And then on Friday, of course, you can find Lisa and I on D&D Community on Lisa's Twitch channel. We're going to be talking about very big monsters, which means I'm
Big
going to
monsters.
talk about dinosaurs exclusively because I love
Yes.
them. So Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Check that out on the Lisa Penrose channel. And yeah, please, if you enjoyed the show, tell a friend about Burn Bryte. Tell a friend to come hang out. Live streaming. We're going to be back next week. Like I said, 12 episodes of this series. So next time is going to be the halfway point. And of course, you can always catch our backlog of episodes on YouTube. For sleepy people, go to YouTube, see all of the the videos there. But that's it. That's all. Thank you so much to Roll20. Love you all. Can't wait to see you next time. And until then, blast off!
Blast
Blast off, everybody, into Olaxis. Goodbye! Blast off.